But I told you, but it's your fault. No, it's not my fault. You did it. Today, we are going to talk about those signs that you could be the toxic one in your relationship. When you're done listening to today's video, you would get to understand whether you are the one who is causing that fight in your relationship or your partner. Just stay tuned. Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Ife Likano. On this channel, we talk about self-improvement and everything you were not taught in school, but life has a way of throwing it out for you. Part of the signs that we are going to be listed today could be something or some attribute that you possess. Does not mean that you are evil or demonic. It simply means that you have some growing or some things you need to pay attention to outgrow. Oftentimes, people argue about whether it is their fault that relationship is draining or whether it's caused by someone else. It's always about this person did it. It's always about some other person's fault. We hardly pay attention to look deep inside ourselves to know what exactly did I do to cause these things? What and how exactly have I contributed to the way this person is feeling? And this is mostly highly demanded topic because everybody claims to be right, who is the victim in relationship. But there comes a time when we need to look deeply into ourselves to know exactly where have we contributed in the problem we are going through in our relationships. Now, the first sign we are going to look into is always complaining. You are in a relationship when you always find fault, you always complain about what is being done to you, how is it done to you. You do not know that the tantrum and the constant complaining of issue over and over again is draining. It's working down on your partner or someone else who is constantly listening to your complaint over and over again. You complaining all the time means that you need to slow down and pay attention to the reason why you are complaining and the effect it has on your partner. When you complain, pause, listen to the reaction, the response of the person who you are talking to, how they are responding, because there are so many ways people communicate. When they are listening, when they are tired, when they are done listening to what you're saying, you can see it in their body language. So when you keep constantly complaining and complaining in relationship, you are pushing people away from coming to you to have a decent conversations to you. So complaining is something that you need to outgrow and deal away with. The second one is always being negative. People who are close to you, who relate with you, comes to you to share idea about things or about dream they want to pursue or something new that is coming up in their life or even tell you a story. You have this way of shutting them down, telling them, it's not going to work. That one, can you even do it? You that I know, you that can slack down, you that someone will talk to and you will not even do something. You have a way to bring people down. When they want to start up a new business, you are the only one who can remember their weaknesses, what they cannot do, how they can't do it. Not always motivating. You push people away that when they want to do something, they remember coming to you to share that story. They already know what you're going to do. So being negative is part of you being toxic. Looking at things from brighter side, believing and knowing that anyone and anything is possible. And when you start seeing things from this light, everything changes. Your communication changes. The way you talk to people about things changes. Everything changes. And then you will find out that people will want to come close to you to share things to you because already you will help them to expand their ideas. You're going to be warm. You are going to bring even more ideas from something they're not even looking at. That is the kind of people everyone wants to associate with. So you are going to right away be negative and outgrow it completely. Another one is you are always right. It's hard to have a conversation with people who cannot for one day own up to say that, oh, okay, I get it. I think I was wrong. I think I should have said this or I should have said that. When you're always posing like you know everything, are trying to show that you are more human than other people, that you hardly make mistakes, and these attributes are ugly. Everyone wants to listen to someone who is relatable, someone that can own up to their mistake and show that they are human and everyone can fall and everyone can make mistakes. When you keep showing all the time from your energy, from your vibe that you are always right, then you are pushing people away from you and making relationship a hard place to be. Now, another one. This one is you always going backwards. Like seriously, no car can actually drive forward when the driver keep looking backwards. The best driver in the world is the one who gets focused and who is conscious of his or her own environment. And you are the driver of your own relationship. You are the driver of your own mindset. So when you are in relationship with people, you do all the time is keep going to the past, keep digging out the pains of the past, is toxic. And here is the reason. Maybe you've not had a time to sit down to have a heart-to-heart talk with the person you are in a relationship with, so that even if there's something that was done to you so hurtfully or something that you feel so bad about, when you have a heart-to-heart talk with the person and you feel that the person has heard you and listened to you and explain why that is so, I think the healing starts from that level. So anytime you are in relationship and your partner keep going to the past, it simply means that there are unhealed and unsettled arguments or hurts that hasn't been attended to. And all you guys need to do is to sit down to have a heart-to-heart conversation to heal it. Now, another one that could open you up to be the toxic one is being defensive. Yes. Why would you always want to be defensive about anything? Like, you don't want people to criticize that you did something wrong. And when they say you did, why don't you listen and always think of, how do I get it better? What else do I need to do? Or sit down with the person and, okay, this is why I did it. How do I do it better? This is the kind of person everyone wants to be with, because no one has conditioned you to be perfect. No one has conditioned you never to make mistake. No one says that you have to be perfect. So when you are pointed at, this is something you did or you always do that I don't like, why don't you listen and try to find a way you can mend it, instead of you defending the criticism or saying that, no, it's not me, or I did it because of that. Just listen, have this room to listen to criticism, because it has a way of opening you up to be a better person, for making a better decision. Open up, have a free heart, and listen to every conversation. Now, here is another one, and that is keeping scores. Now here, let me say this. Keeping scores, right, has something to do with it. The person that you are keeping score with is also toxic. There is this toxic bond that has brought both of you together. And it's not just that one person is being, it's a contribution of both parties, right? So when you keep keeping scores about what your partner did in relationship, not letting go, not giving room for growth and newness, it's toxic, darling. You need to get away with that. Don't keep any score. Tear it out. Tear it out and start all over again and start on a new page. This one is so common. Like, people will keep guilt tripping you. When they do something that is not right, they find a way to turn it around to make you be the one who is at fault, to blame you, to bring you to picture that it is actually you who did this wrong. It is toxic. You wouldn't want this to be done to you if case is being reversed. That you are contributing to the toxic relationship that you are experiencing. You need to work it out and tear the paper and start all over again. Like, seriously, you have to start all over again. Another common one is unchanged bad traits. Let's be honest, we've seen people who know exactly that they do things so wrongly, that the way they approach issues, the way they talk to people, and they know, you constantly tell them that what you're doing obviously is not right, and I wouldn't like you to do that again to me. And they know they would apologize when you say something is not right, to say, I'm sorry, promise to change. Immediately you are done having that conversation with them, they go back to normal. They don't change. There's no effort to show you that you want that change. It is toxic. Like, if there's a particular thing you are not doing and your partner has been bold to tell you that this is not well done and this is not how I like it, and I would want you to do it differently, and you could see that it is not right, you apologize, I want to undo that mess, but you don't do it. You go back doing the same thing all over again, making her to repeat what she said over and over again, making her look like a complainant or a nag or just a horrible person. So if you're the one who pushes someone to behave or who pushes someone to be this kind of person in a relationship, then you are toxic. That doesn't mean, again, I will say this again, That does not mean that you are evil or you are demonic. It simply means that you need to outgrow that character and bring something else that will fit into your partner or will bring peace, love, happiness in your relationship. That's what it means. And if you love your relationship, it's really worth it. And another one is poor communication. There are some people in relationship that usually find it so hard to express how they feel. They just feel that I don't need to tell them. I don't think they would understand. Now, in relationship, transparency is a beautiful trait. So when you are open to tell people exactly how you feel and what it feels to be this person, they would always connect with your honesty. When you do not communicate, how do you want them to understand? How do you want them to be a mind reader? So there's always going to be a room for communication. Always say things the way you feel them without hurting the other person. Poor communication is one trait that kills relationships. So be open to communicate. Whether you are an introvert or an extrovert, always find a way to communicate. Of course, there are so many ways you can channel out your communication. You can write them down. You can be vocal about them. There's so many aspects. So find the one that works for you, but just communicate. Just communicate, because it's going to help your relationship. It's going to bring life into your relationship. Let's not forget this one, not being able to keep secrets. Your partner has shared something to you, needed you to keep this as a secret. Why don't you pocket it and keep it as a secret? Why do you need to expose it for everyone? Why do you need to expose it for not even the world to hear what has been said that is not going to be heard by the next person? It's going to be a tradition that if we have to keep a friendship secret, a family secret, a tradition, any kind of secret, that whatever you call it to be, keep it till you get to the grave, because that is why it is called secret. But if you know you're not the kind who can keep secret, just tell them, sorry, you don't need to tell me. I don't think I'm going to keep it because I'm going to say it out. So they will know you for who you are. So not being able to keep secret, someone has secretly confirmed to you, is toxic. And another aspect that we underrate is honesty. Like seriously, if I'm in a relationship with you and I find out that most of the things that you tell me, it's not true. From what you tell me to what you tell the other person and to how you relate on your daily level explains a lot to me. And what that simply means is that I can't even trust you. And now when I start having the feeling that you are not someone I can trust, then my relationship has cracks. Because home does not feel like home again. Home is a place where you can run in to share anything and you know it feels safe. You cut people off from relating genuinely from you, trusting the fact that you can be honest with all your conversation, with everything you say. It is toxic. Now, another aspect of a toxic person is hardly feel remorse or ever accept there's a problem. Now you are in a relationship with someone and it's obvious and glaring that something is not just right. They see it, they know it, they simply don't want to accept it. They simply don't want to deal with it. They don't even feel remorse about it. They are emotionally unavailable. And this cuts off every connection that you want to feel with your partner. And if this is exactly who you are or what you have been showing off, then you are toxic and you need to outgrow it. Now that you have seen that in relationship, being toxic doesn't come from just one person. Accepting your toxic trait is a step forward to improvement. Most of the toxic people are not open for growth, for change. But if you are, you can actually walk through these changes. And one of them is you, first of all, accepting that, yeah, you are a human being, you have some faults, you can make mistakes, you are not forever right. And then you take your time to look at those things that is being complained about and pay attention to them. Accept and apologize that you're sorry for what you have caused and you want to work on it. Finding it so hard to deal with, you may need to go to a therapist for further work and acknowledgement. But otherwise, you just simply need to acknowledge what you do and always ask for ways to make it better. Always have a heart-to-heart conversation where you two can pour out your heart, and then where you can also listen to the other person, say exactly what they feel or what they want, how they want it. Then you start working on it, and always find a way to ask them whether you are actually improving or there's something else you need to do, because you want to work for betterment of your relationship. Now you can get into the comment section and tell me if there has been any toxic trait that you notice in you and then you want to work on, or the one you felt that someone has done to you that you never felt right with. Go into the comment section and tell me that, so that we can always talk about that. If this content is what you like, why don't you go ahead and subscribe to this channel, click on the like button so that this video can be recommended to other people.